A quick review of the concepts included in Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 of Obento 3. In Chapter 1, we focus on reviewing adjectives and adjectives in their tenses. And by tense, we mean positive or negative or past. We also reviewed how to join an adjective to something else, or the te form of adjectives. Remember, two kinds of adjectives exist. One is e and one is na. And e adjectives are easily identifiable because if you look at the word, you have a little e hanging off at the end. And e adjectives are unique in that when you change the meaning of an e adjective, it's not the is word that changes, which is des, rather it's the adjective that does the changing. So, sugoi des, sugo kunai des. Notice we always drop the e to change the tense. Sugo, drop the e again, kata des, and sugo, drop the e again, kunakata des. The other group of adjectives that we learned about are called na adjectives, and na adjectives are easy to identify because if you look at them, there is no e at the end, except for 4 of them: pretty or clean, dislike, famous, and talented. And na adjectives are not unique in that na adjectives never change. We like to put kire, kirai, yume, and tokui as possible choices in multiple choice tests or on tests because we want you to remember that you never touch the word. It's the des that changes. Hen des, hen janai des, hen deshta, hen jana kata des. Na adjectives require the use of the little particle na only when you put the adjective right next to the word it is modifying. If you don't have it right next to the word, you don't need the na. So it's hen na hondas, or it's hon wa hendes. So you see, you only need that na right next to the word. E adjectives need nothing. When we join adjectives together, we just have to know, are we joining the adjective they were joining, what kind is it? If it's an e adjective, once again, we drop the e and we put on kute. If it's a na adjective, we don't touch it, and we add the de. So what you end up seeing is sugo kute ides, or you might see yume, remember that's a na adjective, de, ides. And when we translate either of these sentences into English, this particular construction here gives us the meaning of and. Te form of the verbs. When you're making the te form of the verb, and there is another more detailed video for this, so I'm just going to go over it quickly here. The first thing you have to know is what group your verb is in. All verbs can be classified into 3 groups. Group 1 verbs you can identify if you remove the mas and you see some kind of e sound there, ki or gi, mi, ni. And it also is a group 2 verb, a group 1 verb if you remove the mas and you see a she. And before the she is only 1 other or 2 other hiraganas. Just a note on the e sound. It has to be an e sound plus other hiraganas. If it's a solo e, in other words, you remove the mas and you only have 1 hiragana left, this is not a group 1 verb. Group 2 verbs. Remove the mas and you see no e sounds, such as tabemas. Or you remove the mas and you see just 1 e, or your abimas, okimas, dekimas, and sugimas, which are 4 group 2s that look like group 1. We love to put those on tests. Group 3 is group 3 because it is unpredictable. It's shimas, do. It must be the word shimas on its own. Or it's the word for come, kimas. If you have a verb with kimas in it, that's not this verb. It's kimas with the meaning of come. The other way that you get into group 3 is if you drop the mas and see a she and count and you have more than 2 hiraganas before it. That also gets you into group 3. Now, to make the te, group 2 and 3 are extremely easy to put into te form. Drop the mas and add te. That's all you need to do. For group ones, you just have to put the ending on based upon what kind of E sound you have. So if you have an ichi or ri, you drop these and you tack small tsute onto what's left of the verb. If you have bi, mi, ni, you drop it and add unde. Ki you drop and add ite. Gi, ide, and shi you drop and add shite. There is one exception in the te form, and that is ikimasu, which has its own unique te form. It's still a group one verb, but it is ite in te form.